All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and dive into this really quickly. To address a couple of the mods that we're going to be testing today, some people did have some questions on the mod that I used in the V2 torture test to figure out whether or not we could get this back cap to stop loosening up. All I did, to give you guys a quick nudge, right, is the 014 O-ring that's in your kit, the blue one. I put it right here and screwed that guy in, and then I took one of these beautiful little wrenches on the flat spots and torqued it down. Super simple, nothing too crazy, but some people had been asking where this actually goes, right, and how it was actually applied. But all you do is you just stick the 014 O-ring directly here, screw that in, and tighten it down with the clamps. So let's go ahead and start talking about the Fatty Seal Mod, right? Because the Fatty Seal Mod is what we're really testing today. And I might test a little something else depending. So we're going to go ahead and remove that. If you guys don't already have an O-ring kit, right, heavily recommend, right, because what we're going to be using today does not come in your kit, right? So you can pick these up at the oringstore.com. Heavily recommend. I think they're only like 20 bucks or something like that. But we're going to use a 13 and 14 millimeter O-ring, which are these guys right in here. Comes with a ton of different O-rings inside there. So heavily recommend you picking one of those up. Connor has linked those in the past. But I've already got those set aside over here. If you can't see them, we're going to go ahead and take this bolt face off. Something that I've been wanting to test as well is trying out the V1 bolt face on the V2 core. So we're going to go ahead and pop that out. Super simple today, right? All we're going to do is pinch these O-rings off. Just remove them from the bolt. I like to bring this front one over the top. So the red one is going to get replaced with the 13 millimeter, right? That goes on the back, right? So in the two grooves, it's going to be the back groove. Then we're going to take the 14. We're going to bring it right over the top of that and have that sit flush there. Super simple as well. And for those, if we do find some good stuff in testing with the bolt tips, if you don't know how to remove the bolt tips, even though you should, because it is a part of the how you take the whole bolt apart, but it's just a super simple pinch, pull that up, right? Super simple. So let's go ahead, put this all back together, and then hopefully this nice fatty mod gives us some good results. Let me see here. Let's go ahead and get that together. All right, I'll see you guys in the video. All right, so I'm gonna be testing that Fatty Seal mod today. Finally have a day where it's not raining. Gonna be using that Valken custom blend that was from my local shop. It's got some blue fill to it. About 3 feet off the ground, it's breaking right now. Previously it was about 6 inches. I don't know why this case is a little bit different, but I mean, it's still super brittle. We couldn't shoot it last time, so we're going to see if the Fatty Seal mod will help us actually shoot it today. I have a few different things off camera if for whatever reason the DLS can't shoot it. So I've actually got my 170R to see if the 170R can shoot it. And then I've also got a mod that I personally want to test that I haven't seen anyone talk about yet, and see if we can actually even get it to run on there. So we'll see. But let's go ahead. And we're going to test and see if we can actually shoot some of this stuff today. We're not trying to shoot a whole case or anything like that, but we're going to try to just see how much of it we can actually shoot. Well, there's quite a bit of oil down in there. That might be why. Maybe a little bit more oil saturated in the last batch. Those both broke. One in grass, one on concrete. Ones that fell out. Lift that gate up. So I do have the Fatty Seal mod in. As I said before, you guys saw me actually put it in. Did a little top-down action with you guys on the tech mat. And let's see. Air it up. Just to give you guys a little bit of remembrance, we were only able to shoot about 5 out of 30 balls that we tried to put through this on the torture test. So let's see if we can make it through a little bit more than that today with the Fatty Seal. There's 1 and 2 and 3. So we're going to turn the gun off real quick, grab some squeegees and do a little bit of work. Kind of surprising though, because we got through an entire hopper with it, and then it's when it's decided to actually start busting a couple. So let me grab some squeegees real quick and we'll see what we got. Nothing in breach, so. All right, so cleaned up the barrel real quick just to see, and then I also off camera I checked the bore size just to make sure that we were actually bored up effectively. I ran about a handful through the bore just to make sure that it wasn't going to pop or anything like that, just due to tightness inside of there, and all of them went through no problem. So we're going to go through and try to run another hopper and see if we can actually make it through the hopper again. So we made it through a decent chunk. To be honest, I was kind of surprised because this paint last time was blender fest. So I'm surprised that it got all the way to the end of the hopper before it actually had an issue. So let's see if we can. Alright. So that's 2, total 5 out of this bag so far. So we'll see if we can finish this out with just 5. Okay, so 5 out of 500 so far. I'm gonna try a little thing because I think something might actually be at play here. And you guys may or may not have seen this in your own shooting. I personally think the fins on the V2 bolt might be a little stiff. So what I want to do is I want to actually try to put the V1 face on the V2 core and see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and install that really quickly and kind of just see what happens once we throw that in there. Okay, so we've cleaned the barrel back up. We've got the V1 bolt face installed. And let me come up close with the camera to kind of show you guys what I'm talking about. So I personally think that these fins right here, whenever I have them installed on my bolt, they're designed for anti-rollback, but they seem really, really firm, and you can kind of actually see that there's a little bit of paint right in here right now. That could just be from the ball exploding and coming backwards, right? But I think that there might actually be a little bit of correlation to how stiff these fins are, because on mine they barely move, right? So I want to see if putting the V1 bolt face, which is actually a bit softer, actually kind of helps with that. I will say the Fatty Seal Mod 100% has made this paint a whole lot better right off the rip. I mean, the last time that we were shooting this paint, I couldn't shoot 15 out of 30, right? And I mean, it destroyed nearly everything. So 5 out of 500 is a drastic improvement on here, right? So there's no dissing that in any way, shape, or form. But I want to see if there's also some empirical evidence on trying to assist the bolt face just a little bit. Right, so let's go ahead, open up this second bag, and then after this bag, what we'll do is we'll run it on the 170R as well, and see how the 170R performs with this paint. because to be honest, I think this paint is probably real brittle, and I don't even know if the 170 can handle it, but we'll see. We'll find out for sure. A noticeable sound difference between the two of those. Boys and girls, I don't want to speak too soon, but well, that's 500 with no brakes. Let's push it again. Let's see if we can get another 500 through with no brakes. I think we might be onto something here. Let's see. We're gonna save a bag for the 170 just to see, or a little bit for the 170. Not gonna shoot all of it, but let's see. Got to turn the hopper back on. Alright, so we're just under 1,000 on the air. It's another hopper. What I want to go ahead and do, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the 170 really quick. I want to see if the 170 can shoot this before I run out of air. I mean, that is a hopper in 500 of some of the most brittle fucking paint. I mean, you saw we shredded 5 balls in the first 500. The last video we did, we couldn't shoot this stuff more than, you know, like 1 out of every 2 balls was breaking in the last video. So I think we might be onto something here, and I want you guys to also give this a test. Let me swap to the 170 real quick, and we'll see if the 170 can shoot the stuff. All right, we are swapped over to the 170. It's got the same hopper, same barrel, same tank. Nothing changes between the two. Same exact paint, right? I'll even let you guys see it going in. It's that green and blue shell. Nothing changes between the two. No changes. Get a full hopper in here. I wish I had a chrono to be able to tell you guys exactly where we're at chrono-wise as well, but I don't, unfortunately. All right, 170 shoots it no problem. I don't think anybody had a question about that. Right. Yeah. So 170 shoots it no problem, but I think that we're seriously onto something with the DLS, right? Fatty Seal Mod plus the V1 bolt face. I mean, it took this paint and made it just like any other gun, and could be shot no problem. Super brittle paint. I mean, this stuff is ridiculously brittle, right? I mean, let's see if I can get it from my knee height, right? Let me see if I can get it on camera. Knee height, right down here. That one didn't break for some reason, but I mean, this stuff is breaking super, yeah. There's that one ball's just a little hard, but stuff breaks super easy. All right, let's finish out this paint with the DLS and see where we can kind of get to, because I want to see if there's any other breaks in this. One more break there. So it's gonna start chopping regardless if you run out of air. But so all in all, after we switched up to the different bolt tip, 2 breaks total out of, say, probably about a half a bag in there out of 2 bags of some seriously brittle paint. I mean, you know, it's not perfect. Am I gonna say it's perfect? No, right? But it's substantially better than what it was, right, where we were breaking every other ball with this paint. So give it a shot. I want to know what you guys see. If you guys do the Fatty Seal mod, I showed you guys how to install it earlier. It's a 13x2 O-ring for your sail, and then the bumper is a 14x2 from there. And then I also switched up to the V1 bolt tip. Let me go ahead and show you guys that real quick. Right, so I switched back to the V1 bolt tip. Still good there. And then for those of you guys concerned about my bolt loosening, haven't touched it since. That 014 O-ring in the back works there too. So if we can get it perfect, usable, right, for tournament play, I'll be happy. So let me know what you guys see doing this particular mod to your stuff. Yeah, peace.